In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 14, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Marlins versus Washington Nationals. It's time for Game 2 of a 3-game set in the nation's capital as two National League East rivals, the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals, go at it again. This series features a couple of teams trying to find their footing and build some momentum. The Marlins haven't officially named a starting pitcher for this one, which strongly suggests they're planning a bullpen game. That might sound risky, but it's a calculated move against a struggling Nationals team. Washington is sending Trevor Williams to the mound, and he's been trending in the wrong direction for a while now. Just last week, he got knocked around for 3 runs on 6 hits in only 4.1 innings. That's become a familiar story for him. It was the 4th time in his last 5 starts that he couldn't even make it through the 5th inning. The Marlins may have a rough 25-41 record, but they have some exciting young players in their lineup like Heriberto Hernandez, Nick Fortes, and Connor Norby, who are more than capable of taking advantage of a vulnerable pitcher. I can see why some might lean toward the Nationals at home, but Trevor Williams just isn't the same guy who was a reliable profit machine for Washington last season. His recent form is a major red flag. I also believe the Marlins offense can carry over the momentum they showed in Friday's opener into this game. They simply looked like the better team on Friday, and I'm banking on them to grab another win here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. There is simply no way this game ends up being a low-scoring affair. The best pitcher in this matchup is Trevor Williams, and he's sporting an earned run average north of 5.9. That tells you everything you need to know. When he faced this same Marlins team back in April, he got torched for 6 earned runs. Over his last 2 starts, he's given up a combined 7 earned runs. He's a walking rally for opposing teams right now. On the other side, the Marlins bullpen is one of the worst in baseball, ranking 28th in team era. They are going to have a very tough time getting outs against a Washington offense that has some dangerous bats at the top of its order. Don't forget, when these two teams met back in April, all 3 games flew over the total. Expect another shootout here. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Reds versus Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers and Cincinnati Red will meet in the second game of their weekend series on Saturday afternoon. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings between these teams, it's the Detroit Tigers holding a dominant 7-3 record, with an 11-5 win in this series opener once again establishing them as the dominant force in this intriguing rivalry. In fact, it's the Tigers that have come away victorious in their last 4 games following a 3-game sweep a season ago. In 6 road starts this season, Brady Singer is 3-2 with a 5.74 earned run average, and opponents are hitting .313 against him. After starting the season 4-0, he's shown signs of regression, going 2-4 with a 4.59 earned run average since. The Tigers have been the most profitable team for sports bettors this season, and I'm backing them here behind Flaherty at home. In 3-day game starts, Flaherty has a 0.53 earned run average and is holding opponents to a .138 batting average. On the road, batters are hitting just .161 against him. With the much more consistent starter on the mound here for a team that's 24-9 at home, expect Detroit to take care of business in this one. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. With 16 runs scored in the series opener, the over is now 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head encounters between these teams, with an average of 8.5 total runs scored between them dating back to the start of the 2024 season. For the Reds, the over sits at 5-5 in their last 10 overall games, with just under 5 runs allowed per game in that time. And for the Tigers, the over comes in at 5-5 in their past 10, with 5 runs scored per game during that stretch. Although Flaherty has been sharp for the Tigers, I don't trust Singer in this matchup against Detroit's offense. The Reds lineup is also resilient and capable of producing late. Expecting both teams to contribute to the scoring, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Philadelphia Phillies. It's the middle game of an interleague set in the city of brotherly love. A pair of teams are battling it out on the diamond as the Toronto Blue Jays continue their series against the Philadelphia Phillies on Saturday afternoon. The Toronto Blue Jays have been on an absolute tear lately, winning 12 of their last 14 games coming into the weekend. But that hot streak is about to run into a major roadblock, and his name is Bowden Francis. To put it bluntly, Francis has been awful. He was the losing pitcher in both of Toronto's losses during that hot stretch, and one of those was a complete implosion against these very same Phillies on June 3rd. In that game, he got absolutely torched for 7 runs in less than 2 innings of work. On the other side, the Phillies are sending Christopher Sanchez to the mound. He took a tough luck loss in his last start against the Pirates, but he's pitched extremely well against the Blue Jays in his career, including picking up the win in that lopsided June 3rd matchup against Francis. I thought about backing the Blue Jays here. They are playing their best baseball of the season and haven't lost back-to-back games since late May, but you just can't do it. Not with Francis on the mound. The guy is sporting a hideous 6.12 earned run average and a 1.56 WHIP, and he's been even worse recently, giving up 10 earned runs in his last 5 innings. A talented Phillies lineup has to be chomping at the bit for this matchup. Sanchez, meanwhile, is pitching like a potential all-star with his 3.1 earned run average and has been locked in, allowing just 3 runs over his last 13 innings. He's owned the current Blue Jays hitters in his career, holding them to a collective .204 batting average. The pitching mismatch is just too massive to ignore. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. When these two teams faced off in Toronto recently with this exact same pitching matchup, the game sailed over the total. I'm expecting more of the same today. It's not hard to see why. The main reason is Bowden Francis, who got lit up for 7 runs in that last meeting and has coughed up a total of 11 runs in his last 2 starts combined. He's practically an ATM for opposing offenses right now. Now, Christopher Sanchez actually pitched well in that game and has only allowed 5 total runs over his last 3 starts, so he should be able to keep the Jays' bats in check for a while. But Francis is going to struggle again, and even if Sanchez is effective, the Phillies' bullpen has been shaky all season. This interleague game is set up to be a high-scoring affair, and it will be the Phillies' offense doing most of the heavy lifting. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Texas Rangers. On Saturday, the Chicago White Sox are set to face the Texas Rangers at Globe Life Field. If you've followed my work over the years, you know that betting against the Chicago White Sox has been a consistently profitable strategy, and there's no reason to stop now. The White Sox find themselves a staggering 24 games below the .500 mark, making them a black hole for bettors' money. Conversely, the Rangers are in the middle of one of their strongest stretches of the season. They also have the advantage of sending their ace, Jacob deGrom, to the mound. With a stellar 2.12 earned run average and a 0.92 WHIP, he's pitching at an all-star level. He's been particularly sharp lately, giving up just 1 run on 6 hits while striking out 12 over his last 13 innings. At home, he's even more formidable, boasting a 1.69 earned run average and holding opposing hitters to a paltry .199 batting average in 48 innings of work. Frankly, the price you have to pay to back the Rangers isn't ideal, and the run line doesn't offer much margin for error. This might be a spot best used as a piece in a larger parlay. The pitching matchup is completely one-sided, as deGrom looks every bit like his vintage, dominant self. On the other side, the White Sox offense continues to be the same unreliable unit that has plagued the league for the past couple of seasons, while the Texas offense can be frustratingly inconsistent at times, making this less of a slam-dunk bet. The choice is clear. For me, it's either the Rangers or I'm not betting on this game at all. As our first pick for this matchup, the Texas Rangers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the starting pitchers' performances in June, it's clear they are both capable of keeping runs off the board. Aaron Seville has posted a 1-to-1 record with a 3.6 earned run average and a solid 3-to-10 walk-to-strikeout ratio across 10 innings in his 2 starts. Meanwhile, Jacob deGrom has been nearly untouchable, going 2-0 with a minuscule 0.69 earned run average while holding opponents to a .143 batting average over 13 innings. This game also features 2 of the league's most ineffective offenses. Chicago ranks dead last with a .642 team OPS, while Texas isn't much better, sitting at 27th with a .660 team OPS to top it off. The head-to-head history supports a low-scoring affair, as the under has cashed in 7 of their last 10 meetings. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.